Ryan Holt for Condors TV here with Condors head coach Troy Mann. The Condors announcing the signing of forward Jordan Knackstedt. And Troy, this is a guy who's been around the block, a lot of games in the American Hockey League, spent the last couple of years in Italy. What can you tell us about Jordan?
Well, we've been looking for a right-shot right winger here for a number of weeks, and we were just waiting for the right fit. And Jordan's name came to us actually through Joel Broda here about a week ago, a good friend of his. And, he had planned on going to Europe, but had a change of heart and really wants to come back to North America and give it another go. And the fact that he only turns 25 next week, he's still a real young player, but has 209 AHL games, which is great. Played over in Europe the last 2 years, won a championship over there, so he's got a lot of the credentials that we were looking for. And maybe a guy that can play with a Broda and Collins. We'll certainly see how training camp plays out. But a big body, real soft hands for a big guy, and can play with some bite and bring that physical edge that we're looking for. So excited about the signing, and we'll see what he brings to the table here once he gets here next week.
Condors certainly have a big hockey operations staff, a big recruiting staff, but sometimes it's the players that can get the recruiting done. And you mentioned his relationship with Joel Broda. How important is that with the chemistry of knowing guys in the locker room already when you get here to Bakersfield?
Well, it's big. Your players are sometimes your best recruiters because, Joel, for example, played here in the past, so he's very familiar with the city and the amenities that the rink brings to the table. From my perspective, we have a great relationship from him being a developmental camp and being a Caps draft pick. So, he trusts me in terms of to make that call and say, hey, you know what, I really believe in this player, a good friend of mine, good hockey player. And it doesn't hurt that I certainly seen him play in Providence on a number of occasions here over the last couple of years.
Condors training camp opens up in a week, but Oklahoma City's training camp already underway. You're heading out there. What do you expect to learn? What do you expect to take away from the Barons training camp?
Well, I think the best thing for me is just to see the players in the exhibition games this weekend. They're going down to Austin to play 2 games against the Texas Stars, and I think you'll really get a good read on not only our guys that hopefully will be in the lineup, but certainly the contracted guys from Oklahoma City and Edmonton that potentially could be here in a week or 2 weeks, and just get a feel for their guys. And it's always good to get in there early and meet them and shake their hand and just face to face, so to speak, in terms of getting to know their personalities before they actually come here.
All right, Coach. Thanks. Appreciate the time.
No problem.
It's Condors head coach Troy Mann. I'm Ryan Holt. It's been another edition of Condors TV.